another piece of our fantastic history, Yigal Erlich and Won-Jae Lee. Now, many of you don't know that please come up. Our world extends very far. And with that, I'd like to bring up some discussion. It's another form of fast and cool. Thank you. And I'm going to join as well. Thank you very much. So how many of you have heard of Yozma? Very good. That's a good reason to raise your hands. As you know, we wouldn't have Startup Nation if it wasn't for inspiration. And inspiration brings us to innovation. So a very big round of applause for Yigal Erlich. Now you may be wondering, who is this fine-looking gentleman to the left of Yigal? So let's talk for a second. Shalom, מה שלומך?
בסדר גמור.
טוב מאוד, ומהן בעברית שלך? איך אתה יודע כל כך הרבה עברית?
למדתי עברי ממך, משרונה ג'וסטמן.
כן, בטח. הבחור כאן למד בתיכון, כאן בארץ, והוא למד עברית שוטפת, יותר טוב ממני. And how's your Korean? So, Yozma is a fund here, and Yigal, tell us what caused you to be inspired to have such a fund?
Well, very shortly. I believe people are tired already. So, the history is very straight. I mean, my last year as the chief scientist of the Ministry of Industry, which is today the Innovation Authority, I realized that government money, which support startups in funding R&D, is mostly go down the drain, and there is a need for venture capital. So that is why the government decided to establish a fund of funds called Yozma in order to create the venture capital in Israel. We did 10 funds in 2 years. After 5 years, we privatized the company, the government company. From an investment of $100 million, the government received back 140. So it was very good as an investor for the government. And after that, we became a private venture capital. We continued to work in Israel as a venture capital for a few years, together with a group, Offer Group, which is a big Israeli company. About 2013-14, we decided, together with our partner, to separate and to stop to raise money for more venture funds. And each of us went to his own way, of course. During this time, I realized that many countries in the world like Yozma because it's a success story. And each country wanted to try to do something the same. One of them was South Korea. So I was invited several times and talk about the program and talk how we succeeded. And they tried to copy it, like the Korean did, and not so successful. In 2014, I met this guy in Israel. As you said, he was an Israel young guy, and he talked to me about investment in Israeli companies with Korean money, and that he wants to go back to Korea. And I said to him, okay, why not we do Yozma in Korea? I know the government there, and I know they want it. So let's try to do it. So he took the challenge and did it, and since then we have 7-8 years together. There is a big fund in a big company in Korea, in South Korea, 30 people. We are doing business development for Israeli companies and with Korean companies. We did investments, I think more than $300 million, half of it in Israeli companies. So the idea to bring, the Israel advantage to other country, even through some aspiration, as you say, which was here years ago, still happening, and I'm happy that it is. Thank you.
And Wan J. Lee, you run the Asia side of Yozma. So you've really exported some of the best of Israel into Korea. Now, and I understand that one of the things that you can bring to Israeli companies, even though we're talking about AI here, there's manufacturing. There's real products that need to get built, assembled, and delivered worldwide. Is that one of the partnership objectives between Yozma Israel and Yozma Asia?
Yes, you're totally right, because Korea and Israel, I also prepared a small clip showing how synergies are coming out from between Israel and Korea. Israel has a lot of innovation technology. We so far Yozma Asia funds, we invested about $400 million. Mostly 60% we invested Israel side, and other side we invested Korean companies. The thing is that innovation technology companies, we saw a lot from Israel, but we saw that Israel don't have a manufacturing capability. But Korea is I can say, the top number one manufacturing capability. You might say Samsung, LG, SK. But most of our limited partner we invest already $400 million. The limited partners are from Korean mid-sized companies. They are the first tier of Samsung, first tier of the LG, SK, Hyundai. They know how to manufacture it. They have a great connection with the Samsung, LG, SK. So they are the limited partners, but actually they are the great advisor for us, because they help us our investments, and then they give us advice how to manufacture those innovation technology to manufacture it, and also collaboration with the Korean conglomerates. So this is what we do. We do investment, we do business development. So that's why we prepared and show you how synergy we can make. So could you please, if it's possible, play this the clip?
Liran.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Excellent. It's right. It's above us.
Above us?
Yes. So while it's coming on, it's almost a call for opportunity for those companies who are manufacturing product. And I met a few earlier today here to talk to Wan J. Lee about the possibility of a partnership with a Korean manufacturer to take either surgical devices or automotive devices or agricultural devices and see how there can be an opportunity and an advantage to having them built in a partnership using the abilities of South Korea.
Birthplaces. I think not only that, I think that the fact that most of the Israeli companies and the venture capital is tend to the West, and the East is a bit neglected. And I think the Israeli companies, the Israeli venture funds are doing a mistake
and Korea,
not to look
the
east,
beginning and end
especially to
of
Korea,
Asia.
because there are many opportunities,
But
not
we
only
have a lot in
manufacturing,
common.
also money and so on.
We overcame a history of humiliation and achieved remarkable economic growth within a short amount of time. In addition, both countries are small, but the birthplaces of bright individuals with high educational zeal. In other words, we are both nations of prosperity and democracy, which was achieved by overcoming significant threats through the power of faith and courage. It is also rooted in the words of the Bible, which stresses the values of diligence, education, and good deeds. During the outbreak of the Korean War in 1950, Israel sent $100,000 worth of medical and food aid. In 1962, the two nations, which had a friendly relationship, established an ambassadorial-level diplomatic connection. In 1994, Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin visited Korea, and in 1996, economic-related agreements such as tariff and investment guarantees and agreements to prevent double taxation were actively carried out. In July 2019, the Blue House held a summit with Israel's President Reuven Rivlin. They discussed ways to deepen Korea-Israel relations and the situations on the Korean Peninsula and the Middle East. On May 12, 2021, South Korea and Israel signed the Free Trade Agreement. So today, we are here to share a glorious moment together. The Yozma Group is doing its best to unite the excellence of the two countries. In particular, we all know that South Korea's excellent manufacturing technology and Israel's innovative spirit can be amazing partners. These are some examples. Nanox. Nanox was the world's first medtech company to develop digital X-rays. The Yozma Group co-invested in Nanox with SK Telecom, Japan's Fujifilm, and Taiwan's Foxconn, inviting the first ever Israeli manufacturing plant to South Korea and opening a factory that was unprecedented in the history of Israel and South Korea. As a result, the fusion of Israel's innovative technology and South Korea's world-class manufacturing technology was a success. The FDA cleared Nanox ARC for use in professional healthcare facilities or radiological environments, such as hospitals, clinics, imaging centers, and other medical practices by trained radiographers, radiologists, and physicians, and has the potential to increase availability to medical imaging around the world once approved by local regulatory authorities and deployed at scale.
Our mission is to democratize medical imaging, to make it way more available. There are simply not enough machines today. It's too expensive. The big innovation of Nanox is digital X-ray source. That's what we've invented. And that's actually taking care of the problem, because now we can make systems that are much less expensive, much smaller, and by that, make many of them.
Why use only one image reconstruction algorithm? We plan to open our platform to all of these applications.
We are working tirelessly to offer new ways of imaging that gives us the ability to supply accurate diagnostics as early as possible.
This is the ecosystem that we are trying to build. This is the impact that we are trying to make on this world. Accessible, affordable, and innovation delivery of medical imaging.
StoreDot. Founded in 2012, StoreDot introduced its 30-second smartphone charging technology in 2014. Then in 2019, StoreDot introduced a revolutionary technology that could fully charge electric scooters in only 5 minutes. They have received strategic investments from BP as a result of technical collaboration through technological verifications by global companies. They are taking a step towards a more extensive international collaboration, having received strategic investments from global automakers such as Daimler-Benz, Volvo, Polestar, and VinFast.
There's 1.5 billion combustion engines globally that we can replace with electric engines that charge like that. This is it. What you see today is the beginning of the change.
Convenience will be a key factor for consumers in how they want to charge their electric vehicles, and we believe speed is going to be critical.
You have to change the chemistry of the battery. And this is what we are doing here at StoreDot, which is on its own a very massive challenge to show that this pack can be charged in 5 minutes without overheating.
Now it's good? All right.
See you.
See you.
Okay. So it's about speed of charge. We haven't seen that kind of a speed before.
Aerovation. Aerovation is a carbon capture technology company looking for ways to use CO2 while reducing CO2 emissions. The company's ultimate goal is a carbon-free world.
Aerovation Technologies is a carbon capture company on a mission to deliver healthy air to our next generations.
Our award-winning technology profitably converts industrial CO2 emissions into valuable mineral end products that can be used in food, glass, and fertilizer industries.
We ask ourselves a challenging question. How do we actually make a zero-carbon world a reality? Our answer is that we need to find a way to reduce CO2 and use CO2 so we don't lose the CO2.
Join us in creating zero-carbon factories with leading partners around the world.
Now is the time for zero-carbon action. Together, we can turn trash into treasure. and create a zero carbon future.
Alpha Tau. Alpha Tau is a company that developed an alpha radiation technology for cancer patients. It uses alpha ray to increase the treatment effect by emitting powerful energy with high absorption on the localized area, and with its short half-life prevents the risk of radiation exposure, preserving the healthy tissues around. Alpha Tau has commenced several clinical and preclinical studies which are presently ongoing, and is also currently evaluating other potential uses of the Alpha DART technology for indications such as breast, pancreas, lung, GBM and prostate cancers, as well as other applications such as combinations with immunotherapies. Ultrasight. Ultrasight is a digital health pioneer in Israel and provides AI guidance software for cardiac sonography. It helps inexperienced users to take cardiac ultrasound images like experts with the guidance of AI. Ultrasight is an innovative AI-driven application, making cardiac ultrasound imaging accessible to any healthcare provider regardless of experience level.
I've been doing this over 10 years, so it's mostly once you get on the job, that's when the learning really gets there. You know, experience is everything.
Ultrasight has developed some beautiful software that guides the novice how to do it, and I have seen it under my own eyes that people that don't know after 4 hours of 6 hours of training can acquire all the views, and the images are useful.
Platane. Platane is a provider of optimization software solutions for advanced manufacturing based on industrial IoT and AI. It provides real-time digital assistance to empower manufacturers and staff to make optimized decisions. In the age of industrial IoT and artificial intelligence, there is a better way to manage and optimize your operations. Introducing Platane, a cloud-based manufacturing optimization solution, providing revolutionary digital assistance that empowers your staff to make optimized decisions every time. The nation of Israel is taking on bold and creative new challenges. At the same time, South Korea is becoming more sophisticated and speeding up its development. We, the Yozma Group, are confident that the fusion between the world-class technologies of Israel and South Korea will make each country a world-class innovation powerhouse. We will move forward together, looking 2,000 years into the future and charting a course for the bright new destination everyone can see.
When you turn obstacles into opportunities, when you turn the impossible into possible, that's when you really change the world.
Many said it couldn't be done, but we did it.
Be courageous, do it.
You are part of this big mission. And each one of you can be proud for himself or herself that we are changing the world.
The Yozma Group.
Let me ask you this. You found Igal. Igal found you. Is this a partnership across countries as well as across cultures?
Yes, it's amazing partnership. And actually, we are managing together this fund, a Korea-Israel fund, also Israel-Asian funds. As you see, we see a lot of synergies. We already invest in deep tech companies that can be manufactured in South Korea. Our limited partner has a great connection with the Korean conglomerates. And we signed a free trade agreement between 6 months ago, Israel and Korea. If innovation technology manufactured in South Korea and send the parts to Israel, they can benefit from all the tax incentive, for example. And I want to tell you, Korea is the first Asian country that's selected as a free trade agreement partners with Israel. So I can say that Israel and Korea
Bravo.
great partnership together.
So thank you, Wonjae, for showing the light of the way of how Israel can reach the world and for being such a fabulous partner. When we all get together next, we're going to invite Wonjae back to tell us the correlation between Israel and Korea and how we really are cousins. And it's an amazing thing. So Wonjae, Igal, Thank you so much for coming and giving us a glimpse into how things get inspired, to how things become reality, and giving us inspiration for the next generation of technologies that we'll do. I'm going to give you each a little slice of Israeli history. Appropriately, let it sit on your desk, and I hope you smile in a wonderful way each time you look at it. Thank you, Igal. Toda.